Hey Mick, how's it going, man? Clint, good to see you guys. Hope you guys are having a good one. Hey Waylon, good to see you. Hope you guys are doing good. Got some fun stuff today out. Got the Tempest out. Got this is the Civivi I won from Blade HQ. It's actually pretty cool. The Gojira. I carry this thing so much. I really enjoy the CMB Sasori. I mean, it's just a wicked blade on this thing. It's just medium size probably, but that blade is huge. Saw they are teasing a new knife, CMB, and I'm all for it. I'm stoked. I'm kind of thinking I'm just gonna toss it out. Would you guys dig a holiday knife or a regular knife for the holiday giveaway? Hey Shay. So that's my question. A holiday knife or just a regular knife for the holiday giveaway? Hey, and I'll be going live with Shay later tonight, as long as the weather's okay. We're supposed to get some freezing rain, so I hope that doesn't mess up the internet or anything. Here's the TPK, Kentucky Holler Jack. Dealer's choice. Okay, so let me ask this then. Are you guys digging those they look like knives and then you open them like nice knives, like all the brands are doing, but they're box cutters? Or do you just want a regular knife? Hey, Bluminati. It's crazy. It's only Tuesday, but it feels like way late. There's been so much going on. Hey, Ron Crow. So I sent Fred the Lug one of his knives back, priority, weeks ago. So it should have been 3 days. It still has not arrived, so I get to put in a ticket for that today. And then I was going to show you guys the new Jack Wolf fixed blade today. That was supposed to come yesterday. It's lost in Kansas somewhere. So I get to put a ticket in for that too. It's crazy. But it does sound like there's another flashlight company that wants to send a pretty powerful one. Have yet to see if they actually send it. And then Concept sending this like single knuck multi thing. It looks really cool, actually. So next week we're gonna have some cool stuff. This week, of course, is gonna be cool. Yeah, definitely not good. It's been sitting in Wichita or something since about the 5th. Hey, Heather. But I've got my email into a company to see if they're interested in working on the pry bars. Got all sorts of stuff. Right back to you. Appreciate that, Heather. Hope you're having a good day today. Oh, nice, Bluminati. You guys are ever looking for cool merch? Bluminati has some pretty cool merch. I should work on that. But since I don't have the Jack Wolf fixed blade to show, I've got the equal end here. And purple G10. Hey, Ian. And definitely enjoying this. I talked to Ben today. We both noticed that we don't know where that knife is, so we don't know if it's showing up or not. While we're at it, I have it right here. Might as well pull out the scuffle. But so let's see here. Is tomorrow the QSPs drop. Any of you guys gonna pick up those $200 penguins, glide lock, and crystal titanium? I think I'm gonna have to hold off on that. Hey, Dwayne, how's it going? And then Thursday, Devo drops the Lush V2, and that is going to be in Vanex. I think those are going to be around 300, 275, something in that area. They're super cool. The Lush is one of my favorite Devos, actually. Not my absolute favorite, but definitely one of my favorites. But probably a little out of my range right now as well. And then Friday, the new Jack Wolf comes out. And oh, there's something else. There's like two more things. One of them is the new TPK, similar to the Kentucky Hollerjack Coastline. It's got more of a clip point, and they're super cool looking. Oh, Shay, man, they're so good. So good. I'm glad that I get to check them out and like pass arounds and stuff. Yo, yeah, definitely Bluminati. I feel you there. Hey, Kathleen. I feel you on that. Oh. Yep, there is a pocket knife with sprinkles. I won this in a contest. This is actually a good one. This is Savivi's Gojira. And I won it on Blade HQ. They call it the Desert Warriors. 3 tires to put on the Mustang, but I ain't got the money to get it. Oh, man, that's a bummer. If you guys didn't see, which I shouldn't say because I want it, but, you know, I'm not probably dropping the cash. And I don't carry these that often. The Pyrite Warney, Blade HQ today dropped the Desert Pyrite Warncliffe. Thought that was funny. Don't know why Desert Warriors make you happy, but it does. I agree. You know, people love them or hate them. I think they're fun. Brings back that childhood, right? Exactly, Bluminati. Cupcakes, donuts. You guys know how much I love that stuff. Here we go. these Max Position pouches. I know a lot of people are talking about them now. A bunch of people have gotten, but this one has been like my go-to because I can put my O-light on it, and it's got that back there. I don't use that part very much, but yeah. Here, crystallized penguins. They're 185. The Diva Lush is 275 to 285. Sprinkle cookies you could find that actually tasted like cardboard, but we still loved them. That's right. That's right. Like the sprinkles don't really have a flavor, but they make you happy. They got that crunch. But man, that TPK Coastline is the one that I'm really stoked about. There's something else coming out Friday, and I don't know why I can't remember. And I'll remember as soon as this is over, though. Oh, that'd be cool, Bluminati. You can use, you guys can use code TitaniumTPK for $5 off, or Titanium10 for 10%. Some of them work, some of them use one code, some of them only accept one code. Jack Wolf, you can't use any code on. The price is the price. But lots of cool stuff. I was kind of flipping around and I saw Civivi is going to be releasing. I don't sell them. I just review them and tell people what I think. I've never had a Civivi Sendy. I know people love those. They're going to release it as a slip joint later this month. And they have a couple others coming out later this month that, you know, look pretty interesting. That's right, Mick. That's coming out Friday. Thought there was a... No, that's everything. There was 4, right? Yeah, okay. Yeah. What do you guys think of the looks of that fixed blade? I'm supposed to have the blood red and the DLC coming. Oh, that's right. That's right. That's what it was I was thinking. 155? Whew. Is that 154 then? CM? I'm hoping it's not 14C. They've done N690 before, but I thought it looked nice. I didn't realize it was going to be 155. They can keep the backyard fixie. It's 154. Oof. It is. I saw that, Kathleen. It's got, yeah, quite the choil on it. And I was kind of surprised. I didn't expect that on it. We'll see how it feels in hand. Because even though I'm a huge fan, doesn't mean I'm going to steer anybody the wrong way. But oh, definitely, Mr. Mouse. 154 is one of my favorites before you start diving into the really expensive stuff. I just, man, 155. I remember 155, like 154 CM was like a standard at Kaiser and a lot of people. And then they all switched to 14C or Nitro V. And I like 14C a lot. I'm not a big Nitro V fan. I've not had good luck with it. I have no problem if I really like the knife checking it out, though. Hey, have an amazing day, Fear the Mastermind. You know, stop around again sometime. The Japanese ATS-34. See, I thought CPM 154 was the American, and 154 CM was Chinese. I could be very wrong, though. All I know is Concept uses 154 still, and I'm here for it. Remember before Tenable, they did a lot of 154. Oh, that's the powder version. Okay. Hey, how's it going, man? Hope you're having a good day. Oh, okay. So Shay had it right. Kiki. Nice to meet you, Kiki. Hope that you're having an amazing day. I go live Monday through Friday around this time, and we all hang out. Awesome. Appreciate that. Interesting. 154 has been around a while. Did a reel on your day today? I'll go check that out. I'll check that out today. I'm even going to write that down right now since I got my notebook out. Hey, Henry, how's it going? Basically just you can reach out to me on Instagram or shoot me an email. And if you need my email, let me write it down real quick. So there's my email. Yes, it's a Hotmail account. I'm old. Oh yeah, then just hit me up on Instagram and we can go over it. I'm doing a couple right now. I got more blanks. I got more blanks coming, so should be able to have some out in time to everybody by the holidays, if that's what they want them for. If they just want it for themselves, they should still be pretty timely. Palmer. Haven't seen Palmer in a minute. How's it going, man? I do. I hand paint them. This isn't a print or anything. This is hand painted. Gonna ask some of the guys. I have sent them, like Shay's got one. Yeah, I hand paint them all, and then you been busy? Yeah. Thank you, Waylon. Yeah, Waylon has a few. Palmer, everybody I know is buying a Porsche. My friend bought an old one, like late 90s, and it's slower than my Subaru. And then my neighbor just got like a 13, and it's like a forest green. It's actually really nice looking. Oh, well, have a good one, Shay. I'll be talking to you later. Shay and I are going live a little bit later tonight. Thank you, Kathleen. Yeah, so my day job is I'm an artist. I do have stuff in galleries, and I've been in shows before, and yeah. But so yeah, and I enjoy doing these notebooks. I think they're a lot of fun, a little different than my usual. Yeah, I guess I didn't know it, but I got a warning on my phone that we're supposed to get some freezing rain tonight. So that sucks. Not looking forward to that. Ooh, what I have is um, this is kind of what I've used for my logo. I thought about changing it up, maybe hand drawing a logo. Um, I thought about putting it on the back, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna have the jigging in the front go on the back as well. I don't want to ruin the aesthetics of having it feel like an old Barlow or yeah, like a jigged Barlow. Awesome. I'm glad you like it, Waylon. I remember that. But I'm really stoked. Hopefully I'll hear back soon and get some of these in production and it'll just be killer. Yeah, definitely will fit in the fifth pocket. They are 3.5 inches long. So with the candy design, is that a trademark from another company or is that something I'm missing? Oh, no problem. So the deal is Blade HQ made a deal with a couple companies where the long story, they have a line called the Desert Warrior where it's like a brown and green, I think. And somebody misspelled one day when they were working and put Desert Warrior. So as a joke, they made a knife with sprinkles and a blue coated blade. Then they got a couple companies to do it. But then another company that's been that was in existence at the same time called the Crispy Donut Community. They also did sprinkles on their knives. It was kind of their thing, and they had distinct colors, but they didn't look similar in any way. I mean, they didn't have colorful painting. It was like sprinkles indented into the hardware and stuff. Um, totally different look. I know they both worked with like concept and stuff, and then Blade HQ thought they were entitled, to the right. So then Blade HQ started sending cease and desist orders to anybody that did sprinkles. I don't know if they actually own the rights to it or not. I mean, I don't really know how you can copy the right to donuts stuff, but they basically forced that company to start a new company that was completely different. So I really wasn't stoked about how that all went down. Yeah, yeah, that's right, Kathleen. Basically forced them, they had to start a whole new name, come up with a whole new line, and cool small knife stores you prefer to support over Blade HQ. Have your logo fiber layered on the square above the jigging. Oh, that's a good idea too, Ron. So yeah, 99% of the time I am looking at White Mountain knives, traditional pocket knives, Optics Planet. Sometimes Chicago Knife Works, but I don't feel like anytime I've ordered something, it's gotten shipped in any regular fashion. So, but Optics Planet is good. White Mountain Knives is amazing. They're really involved in the community. Yeah. CKW needs to work on their customer service. Oh, yeah. There you go, Palmer. Plus, just about everybody has a discount code for you. Everybody has a 10% off code to give you. So what did they do to make things right? Okay. So one day I was making a video. I'll get right back to you, Mick. So one day I was making a video, and at the time I was using sprinkles and stucco because my office is for everything. And I spilled sprinkles onto right in front of where I was filming, and I kept it in the video, and people liked it so much. I used to start my videos with sprinkles falling. Some companies thought it was funny, some companies didn't like it, but people liked it, and then it kind of just slowed down. So I have sprinkles that I bring out every now and then. I put it in my logo, just kind of ended up being the sprinkles guy, and I thought it was cool. That's true, Kathleen. I want it to be very clean looking. This line will be coming off, so it'll be kind of like this here, but then from here down similar, and then bringing the jigging over to this side, and that is my plan. I can always put my logo, on the label and things like that. Now, if I'm forced to, maybe I'll put like a little something here on the side, that might be cool. I'm gonna kind of research maker's marks for old time knives and kind of just keep within that thought. You a little zesty? Sure. So Mick, so yeah, I did the video, and then we did the live, and I got an email with a ginormous apology. And then when I got on Instagram, I had a DM from somebody higher up that said it should have never went down like that. I should have never been treated like that, no matter who I am, whether a customer or a reviewer or anything. And that more than anything, they want to make it right, to send the knife in. If it can't be fixed, it falls under they should replace it, even though, because it didn't have it wasn't a second. It was a second, but it didn't have a scratch. It didn't have a ding that I could complain about. It was mechanical failure. So they're going to take care of it. They're going to look at it, see if new parts work. Otherwise, they're just going to replace it. I think it was a big integrity move. They never asked me to take any videos down. They did respond to a couple people's comments. They did ask me what I think would look better on their website so that people understand a little bit better the return policy. And I said, go to Traditional Pocket Knives. They have their seconds listed different than their sales, because the sales are just, overstock sometimes, like it is with most companies. And they don't do that there. They basically just sell seconds on sale. So if you're buying something from the garage sale page, it is because there is something wrong with it, not because it's just on overstock. But they did apologize. They did say they didn't mean to do that. Everybody's entitled to a bad day or take an email wrong. They might have taken my email wrong. I didn't feel I took theirs wrong. I agree, Mick. Mr. Mouse, I don't know. I don't know. And the only thing I can say about it is at least it happened to me or somebody with a channel, so that I did have some leverage to say, hey, no, I was done wrong, and people are going to know. So now that they will make those changes, and they said they're going to make those changes, they're going to make things clearer for people. They're going to work on like the customer service. They're going to make some changes. I just did yesterday, Kathleen. Yeah, I agree, Mick. I guess the deal is, if I was, though, just anybody, they would make me send it in. So I'm going to be following those rules, because if I ask them to break the rules and just send me a brand new one, that would make it look like I'm using myself to an advantage. And I just want it to be fair. And, like I said, in every review that I do with companies now, probably not my shorts, but when I do my long forms, which I'm going to be doing more of, I'm going to put in return policies. Because you know what? Some companies have 30 days, like Flightanium. If you buy a new knife, you got 30 days. Some of the parts are lifetime. So, like, the knife might not be covered for a full return, but like screws and stuff hopefully would be. Thank you, Bluminati, for that. But like Benchmade has a lifetime warranty. Olight has a lifetime warranty. I don't know what Civivi's or Kaiser's is. So I'm going to be looking at their websites. If it's not clear, I'm going to ask, because you know what? As a person who buys a lot of knives, I shouldn't have to guess. I will say the only other time, one time I bought, and you guys know I probably went through, bought and gave away probably a dozen Pyrite lights, right? I bought a couple Pyrite light larges, and I realized they just weren't for me. These are plenty big enough, but they had the secondary lock. And one of them, when I pushed the secondary lock in, it got stuck, and I couldn't open or close the knife. It didn't work anymore. I sent an email. They said, send it in. I sent it in, and I didn't hear back for a couple days after it said delivered. So I reached out and said, hey, what's the status of this? They said I should have gotten a message. They apologized. They sent me a brand new knife in like 2-day delivery. So that's what I expect. So CJRB, they seem to have their stuff down pretty good. Now, had they still blown me off, I would not even entertain anything from them anymore. But they did stand up and apologize. They did go into the comments with some people, and they talked to people that really did give them a beating. And they did not ask me to take anything down. So since they didn't, if they would have asked me to take something down, I probably would have said no. But I did make the follow-up video. So, and they didn't ask. So I guess I respect that part. I would have loved that, Mick. And yes, Waylon, I hate the secondary locks also. So I have one on the Locust, but that's the only one that I have. Oh no, I guess I have the really large one, the Tundra, but that's not a push button. That's an actual lock you got to put in. So I agree, Mick, 100%. But at least this way I can say, it's being done as if I was a regular customer. Now, we'll see what happens when it gets there. But I think they're going to make it right probably no matter what. So I guess for now, I'm going to move on. They do have that new Theory knife that used to be arc form. They bought arc form. Yeah, I get it, Kathleen. I'll put it this way. If they want to send me something to test out, I am all for that, and I will give an honest review and still reference what has happened. I don't know what the future holds. I believe in second chances, but I always remember. Yes, all the extra stuff is silly, and honestly, it seems like it's more work for them to try to figure all this stuff out with people than just having it plain and clear. I'm not going to write them off yet, but I'm certainly going to keep in mind what has happened, those policies that are in place, see if they change. You know, if it was all just talk, yeah, I know. If it's all just talk and nothing changes, well, then we'll have another discussion. But I really do feel that they felt they messed up, I guess. So, I mean, if I felt they were just feeding me BS, I'm pretty good at detecting that, and I'd be like, man, they just tried to kiss my ass, and so I'd smooth things over with you guys. But I don't think that was the case. I think they legitimately were like, we should not have went about things that way. So, you know, we'll go from there. Mick, I want you to feel comfortable using those free points you have. But they're biting the hand that feeds them in the situation. Can't do that in this community. That's right. And you know, maybe if it shows the difference, right? So yeah, Blade HQ owns Flytanium. Flytanium bought out Arcform. And you guys know the deal with Blade HQ. They seem to have a love-hate back and forth with the community, or more a lack of being in the community. Oh, definitely, Mick. If it's all just talk, then that's a whole nother story. Yeah, definitely. That's why I'm just like, you know, we'll go as followed. You know, there's been things in the past, not with them, but you know, other companies. You know, what was it, Tucson, that had that issue where they were putting the wrong steel. They got called out, and then Neves got into a fight with Tucson because he gave a knife a bad review, and they got mad, and then nobody bought Tucson for like a year, and that's kind of starting to even out. I've checked out Tucson's. I've never owned a Tucson. So there's always been stuff in the community, but it seems like when things get called out, they do get resolved. Yeah. Well, I mean, they're huge, which is the other thing. Which I do find interesting because it seems like most people in the community go to White Mountain, from what I know of. There you go, Mixie. That's good customer service. And I'm not trying to defend them. I'm just trying to wishful thinking. I don't like to dwell on stuff. I just want to deal with it and move past. If we can't move past, then we just go different ways, you know? And I don't feel that. I mean, that's an unfortunate side thing sometimes in this community. But yeah, that's true, Blue. You know, and here's the thing, you know, there's a lot of people that buy from them that I think don't know about the community. When I first started my channel, I thought there was like 5 knife guys. You know? Like honestly, I didn't know. And then I started my channel and because all I did was I watched Ray and I watched Sharp AF and then I watched G-Ball. And I knew, of course, the Metal Complex. So I kind of thought that was like it. And then I get into the community and I'm like, wow, there's a huge community. Hey, Burkles. Yeah, you know, because then like you see how big this community is. And this community probably supports those businesses so much. And loyalty is deep in this community. And I think that's why this is a really good community. Because, you know, like there's other communities for different things. And I always hear people complain that they hate the community because it's all a like contest to see who's bigger or better. Whereas our community is like, we all support each other. I appreciate that too, Waylon. I appreciate that big time. For me, it was just frustrating until I was insulted, and then once you're insulted, that's my it. There's no, that's it. Um, but that's the nice thing about this community. We rally behind each other. When somebody hits a huge mark in their channel, we support them. We don't sit there and try to beat them, you know? So congrats to everybody that's doing good stuff. And that's why I think, we all support each other. Oh, no problem, man. I always have typos. I'm always like, oh, I just hit send. um, But yeah, when I first started my channel, I didn't think it was going to last 3 weeks. But here we are, January, the mid-January will be 2 years, and it blows my mind. And it just keeps growing, and I'm stoked about that. And I've made a lot of friends. So this community's tight-knit, you know. If somebody does wrong, like everybody's going to find out. So and like we might not all watch everybody, but everybody watches somebody, you know. That's all I use is my cell phone for everything. And now like I'm trying to work on like putting emojis in and stuff, but I have to do it on the computer. And then when I'm like, okay, I'm gonna finally get this done, I'm like, oh, I gotta call the post office about 2 packages. That'll be 4 hours. um Exactly, Mr. Mouse. It is rare these days. And I think it's one of those things where we're in this community that we're somewhat shunned by some kinds of people and somewhat confused by other kinds of people. So it's like we have to watch ourselves, but we also don't want to fall into those communities that where like we get shut down from the internet either. You know what I mean? Like, ugh, it's just crazy, I don't know how many people I correct a week when they're like, so you got like a weapons channel. I'm like, no, I have a tools channel. I've never used mine yet to poke anybody. I have used it a million times to cut things that I need to cut. But so I appreciate that. This community is awesome, and I appreciate everybody in the community, even if we don't always get along in the community. It doesn't take long to, most people own up and work things out. Not always, but 99% of the time, I think. And that's right, Mick, it's all about being respectful and honest. And then we leave the stuff like politics and religion and bullying at the door, and then we can all just hang out. Because if that's all we talked about, like I tell you what, TikTok hates me and just puts stuff I hate in front of my face all day, and I do not like sitting on TikTok. I just want to post my stuff and get out of there. And if you go live on TikTok, like nobody talks to you. Nobody types in the chat. Nothing. They're just like wanting to be shown something and for you to give them a reason to buy it. And that's probably why there's so many counterfeits on there. I'm losing my mind about these counterfeits. Shows me them all day long. It's always a guy with the American flag behind him and a frickin' completely ripped off Kershaw in his hand saying, this is like the real thing, but only $20. Or they'll even say, look, it says Kershaw, but it's only $20. Those people drive me nuts. Hey, Roger. Hope you're doing good as well. Yeah, that's been pretty good. Getting a lot of stuff behind the scenes done the past couple days. And that's like a whole different thing, but I try to make that fun as well. So I guess my little rant is done. But yeah, I'm gonna be going live with Shay tonight, 7 Central-ish, I think. And we'll go live for a little while, and that'll be fun. Him and I, we always have a good time when we go live together. So, and today's Tuesday, and I'm drawing a blank on who I watch on Tuesdays, but yeah, interesting knives coming out, interesting knives in the pass arounds, and there'll be some pass around Katuos coming through, I think. It's so hard to say stuff will be in because shipping right now is a nightmare. And I hope that Jack Wolf shows up, and I hope that knife gets back to Fred the Lug. But I'm thinking next week we'll have the holiday giveaway, and I'm so excited to do it. It's gonna be so much fun. There'll be lots of good stuff. Working on more notebooks. I got blanks left, which is great. I got more blanks coming. Ooh, another fun thing that's gonna happen possibly the end of this week. You guys remember Iowa AK? He gets Going Gear, and Going Gear did a special release just for Going Gear members, and it was a tenable bomber, and it looks like those 80s, 90s cups you'd get at the mall with the little teal and whatnot, and that was the handle, and I was like, oh my gosh, I would love to have that. He's like, well, buy a bomber. He's like, I want an Ultim one. If you can find an Ultim one, I'll trade you. I bought an Ultim one. It's actually super cool in itself, but we're going to trade this week, and then we're going to do, and I show it from AK today, sent on Saturday. Wow, nice. Yeah, he made sure he had everything going. He was deer hunting all week. I think he got his tags filled, which is awesome. He was sending me pictures, and then he's fishing today. But at the end of the week, we're gonna, I don't know if you guys remember last year, it wasn't in the holidays, it was in the summer, but we did a knife exchange. Like we knew it was for each other, but we got each other knives as a gift. We're doing that again. So either the end of this week, this weekend, or the beginning of next week, we'll have a video for that and see what we got each other. I'm not going to say what I got because he's listening, and it's supposed to be here tomorrow, so I really hope it is. So yeah, that'll be a fun video to do. I saw Casey went live, so I'm going to bounce out because I got to run some errands if apparently we're going to get a snowstorm or a freezing rain. And I'll see you guys later tonight when I pop on with Shay. You guys have an awesome night. All right, I'll talk to you guys later.